What's up, people? Good morning. All right, guys. I've been wanting to get this. I don't know why there's some echo going on. Let's turn this all the way down. How are we doing on this morning, everybody? Yep, I been wanting to share this experience, so it won't be long. I'll make it as fast as I can, and I will do my best to describe what happened. And I'm still trying to process it. So it's been 5 weeks. Um, I did try DMT for my first time, and it was pretty interesting. It wasn't your average trip. Like well, I've seen hundreds of trips on YouTube, and I've used to binge watch all of them, uh, how people make it. And I've spent 3 or 4 years watching those, learning how to make it, things like that. And so about 2 months ago, I decided I'm going to make it myself. And I want to say first of all that I don't not promoting or suggesting anybody do it, nor should you produce it. I'm just sharing my experience of what I did, and yeah, people. So with that, actually, I got some. Some people don't know what it is, but it's comes from the Mimosa hostilis root bark, and you turn this in. There's a process, and you turn. There's a many ways you can do it. Okay, there's many ways. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube. I'll even show you guys here. I don't know if I'll ever do it again either, to be honest. Maybe sometime in the future. I don't know. I don't plan on it. A matter of fact, I actually gave all of I had away that I produced, and it was a fair amount. Like I thought I was gonna be like doing it a lot. Like I made it was a good amount. It was enough for 55 breakthrough trips is what I had, and I thought I was gonna be doing it fairly often, going in like I'm Neo in the Matrix, going into the DMT realm, like trying to, you know what I mean? But nope, I did it twice actually. And the second time I did it, it reminded me of the first time. So haven't done it since, but I want to share my experience. And we're gonna go into the chat for a second. So, what's up, Heather? Good to see you. And Sunkiss, much love. Good to be back. Streaming. Okay, we got some people in here. Heather, Sunkissed. What's up, Benton? So it was about 6 weeks ago. And yeah, people. What's up, Loosh? And origins of beingness attainment. So if you go on, let's make this quick. It's not going to be your average DMT trip report, people. Okay. So the people that are just binge watching these, this isn't going to be your average one. I'm not your average person, so I'm not going to have your average trip. It wasn't. Oh, I saw the other and this stuff and see all others. It wasn't like your average thing. Um, so look up. I'm just saying, like, there's videos all over the place, and YouTube allows it. How to make DMT, and this is the one. And I watched many of these. I spent years watching so many of these videos. Like, I could never make this, and I decided to make it about months ago, maybe 3 months ago, and I had everything I needed, and I spent like a month contemplating it, and then one day I said, "Okay, I'm just going to start it now." And most of these videos of people making it isn't something I would do, but I came across this video. First, it started with this guy, Chris Cantalimo. Came across this guy's videos of him extracting it, and I learned all about him and his videos. He passed away, I think, a few years ago. But he kind of inspired me, his videos. And then I came across this video here. And I'm not suggesting anybody do this. But when you're dealing with this type of stuff, you want to make it yourself. Because you don't know what type of intentions the people, they have energy attached to this type of stuff. And a lot of people are buying this stuff online from people that, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what type of intention they had, what type of energy they were giving off. This is the video right here. Once I watched this video from Mr. Wizard, I don't know who, a bunch of people posted this video, but this is the video that inspired me to do it this way. And I even did it my own way. I even changed it up a little bit. Watching it as I'm doing the process, I did my own thing a little bit and it actually worked pretty well. I was pretty surprised. Anyways, let's keep going through the chat here. So what's up to everybody? Mongo. What's up? What's up, Lonnie? Thanks, bro. Manel. What's up, Carrie Skates? Yes, I am. What's up, TD Freelancer? What's up? Much love. Oh, what's up, Jay Phillips? That's what's up. Okay. Good to see you, bro. So we're gonna what there was this article of somebody talking about their experience online, and when I saw that, it kind of triggered a lot of things in my memory of what happened. Because again, since this experience, I've been trying to process it for almost 2 months now. So it's really hard when I have these type of experiences, like a psychedelic experience, when I do like mushrooms, which is like, a few times a year now I'll do them. And I microdose them or whatever. I guess that's really it. But, these experiences you really want to talk about, especially with the YouTube channel. I want to come and talk about the experience. But it's like really hard to put it into words. It really is. See who else is here. So I'm going to do my best. Jinsey, much love. So we're going to be hitting the channel hard as much as I can. And then we're also going to be, a lot of changes are going to be happening in my life. I'm going to be moving soon, all this type of stuff. And then eventually moving out of California. But a lot of things are going to be happening. So it's going to be exciting. Okay, what's up, guys? Much love. Get the party started. So yeah, I had my first DMT experience. I bought the root bark. I got all the ingredients. There was one thing that was really hard to find, and that was the what's it called? Audio should be good. Is the what's that called? What's that thing called? Oh, the naphtha, the VNP naphtha, or whatever it is, which is an ingredient you really have to extract this. That was difficult to find. I went to Home Depot, all Lowe's, all these stores. None of them had it. It's like they took it off the shelves out here in California to prevent people from making DMT. So eventually I found it on Amazon. And then once I got that and I had everything I needed, I spent a good month or so just thinking about it. And then, so finally when I finally made it, I did a batch, and you got to do multiple pulls on it. And I was like really excited when I went to the freezer and saw that I had DMT. And I was like, wow, it actually worked. So once I got that whole thing done and it was like, all ready to go, like I bought a, again, let me say again, I'm not I'm not suggesting anybody do this or recommending it. Be very careful with this stuff. It's very serious, it's very potent, and it's nothing to fuck with. All right. Now, it's said that DMT is secreted in our brains or whatever when we're born and when we die. Now, there's not 100% proof of that. You see a lot of people saying this wasn't proven, this and that, but basically, what do we got here? Let's do some stuff online real quick. See what this stuff is. Let me see here. Be very careful with this stuff, guys. I probably won't. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but definitely you want somebody with you. I was by myself. And one thing that people always talk about is definitely you want somebody with you, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, so once I had it ready and it was ready to go, I spent another month with it just sitting ready to smoke it. And every single day, I'm not joking, every day when I was at work, I would be like, man, when I get home, I'm going to try this shit. And I get home and I would just like, no, I'm going to do it tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. And then, but every single time I was at work or out and about or whatever, I was like, today's the day I'm doing it. So I spent a month doing that with it sitting in the pipe ready to smoke. And then finally, I did it at the worst time possible too. Check this out. When I did it, it was 2 hours before I was getting a serious procedure done that I was very nervous about. And so let's talk about it, guys. So it was a very bad time. I wasn't in the best mental state, which you don't want to do it with that. And on top of that, I was very nervous about a procedure I had to get done 2 hours from that point. But it was like something took over me and made me smoke it. So people, I'm going to do my best to explain it. And I'm going to pull something up real quick because this is this article here with somebody talking about it really reminded me of the whole experience. So one second. Second, guys. Let's go to the chat for a second. I'm going to take my time. Haven't figured everything out yet, but I'm definitely going to be moving from where I am and then getting out of California. So there's some options there. What's the objective to doing this? I don't know. You do you. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I really like, I haven't done tons of psychedelics in my life, but I really like, I've always wanted to try DMT, and I finally did it, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I always thought I've had outer body experiences, things like that, or astral traveling. You know what I mean? You haven't really had an outer body experience till you tried DMT. Like this was a for real outer body experience. Like I've never experienced. Um, so I made myself a little like bed on the ground where I had like a bunch of pillows around me, and I kind of sat up to go lay down because I didn't have somebody with me. You want somebody with you that's gonna like hold the pipe while you smoke it and watch over you. And that's some real shit. If I ever do it again, I will not do it by myself. Because when I woke up, like the glass pipe I had was shattered next to me. Like once I took this hit, like I left my body and there, I couldn't control my body. I knew I left it and it was some scary ass shit. People, I was fucking frightened. Oh my God. So anyways, how do we explain this? So, and we're going to come to this article because what they talk about here about the feelings and leaving your body and things like that, and the feeling of dread and regret. It was like, wow, that's exactly how I felt. But almost all the DMT trips I see online or YouTube is nothing like I experienced I had. Nothing. So it's kind of like, you know, the DMT trip is kind of like the afterlife. You know what I mean? Like, I think the people that are easily fooled and wowed by, you know, the setting before us, same with the DMT, all the gestures and all the cool looking things, they're gonna have to do more than that to wow me. You know what I mean? So that's why I had this experience. It was very intense. So, are you guys ready to do this? Don't do drugs. Don't try this at home. Seriously, people, don't even do it. I'm telling you. Like, I really thought I was gonna, like, I'm gonna do this all the time. I got enough for whatever. So, anyways, when I was now it's coming back to me. When I was trying to figure out, because you want to weigh it out, you know what I mean, by a milligram. You want to make sure you're precise. And so I was doing research, like, what do people do? It was something like 50 milligrams, which is 0.05 grams. So I bought one of those scales and I weighed out 50 milligrams, but apparently that's a lot. So, anyways, I had it sitting in the pipe for a month, ready to smoke, and every day I was like, I'm gonna do it today. I'm doing it today when I get home, and then it would go on for a month like that, and then finally, what date was this? I think I could figure out the date because this day I had that procedure. So it was about 5, 6 weeks ago, and so I lit it. You have to vaporize it. So I had I lit it, and it was kind of far. You know, I pushed it away from me, and all of a sudden the pipe was filling with smoke, and I was like, "Wow, this is it, huh?" So then I inhaled the DMT. It has this very peculiar smell, um, and the similar smell is to, I don't know if anybody has citrus trees or grows citrus. I do, and when they're blooming in the beginning, that smell that's like all over the place. That's exactly what DMT smells like. It's very interesting. So so here we go. As soon as I saw a smoke feeling, I was like, all right, this is it. I'm doing it. I inhaled the DMT. You have to hold it in as long as you can. And when that happened, all of a sudden, what it was like almost like you see glitter all over the place. There were like these lines of glitter all over the place. And I felt this immediate regret, like no joke. I was like, fuck, why did I do this? I'm fucking stupid. But there's no turning back type of feeling, you know? So I inhaled it, these lines of glitter all of a sudden, and it was like turned into a big white light. And people, this is really hard to describe. But when I did it, it's almost like none of us are paralyzed, right? But imagine the feeling of being paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? Like try to imagine being paralyzed where you can't move. You know what I'm saying, people? That's exactly the feeling. It was like I lost all motor function and everything, starting with my feet all the way to my eyes. But my eyes I could still, it was like so hard to describe. But it's like the feeling of being, imagine being paralyzed, that feeling, you know? So anyways, at that point everything turned red. So it turned this reddish color. Now, there was this entity or a thing or something, and it looks just like this motherfucker here, guys. Check this out. And hold on a second. Let me share this screen here. Look just like this motherfucker here. This dude right here, I swear it was the same motherfucker. And this guy was like in the corner. It was like, I'm, it's so hard to describe, but it was like in the right hand corner of this experience was this motherfucker. So it's, I don't even know what else to say, people. So, anyways, now when I'm in this experience, bear in mind, I really lost, like, you can't, when you have different out of body experiences, when you're like astral traveling or things like that, this is nothing like that, people. Like you have no, you can't control anything. That's why you want somebody with you. Because sometimes you watch DMT trips and people will start like wigging out and stuff because you're not there, people. You have no control of your body or nothing at all. And it was a frightening experience. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so I don't know. I should have did a timer. I don't know how long I was there in this experience, but it seemed very quick for me. It seemed very fast. And hold on, let me pull this up. I'm doing my best, people. This isn't. One second. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty streaming. So it was definitely a blast off, a breakthrough experience because it definitely was one of those. I lost complete feeling of my body, complete motor function, and it's almost like I was, and it's kind of like puts on a show for you. You know what I mean? And you have no control of this. You know, you're like, oh shit, I'm here. I got to go through this, and that's why and it was like it was more of a perspective thing. It was more of a mental thing. It wasn't these visuals and all these gestures and all this cool stuff and shapes and weird stuff. It wasn't like that at all for me. Everything was kind of stationary of this dark reddish tint over everything with like these lines, but nothing was moving or nothing. And then there was this motherfucker in the corner. This dude was in the corner the entire time, and there was some communication going on, but I can't put it into words. And it was like every second or so, like the whole thing would flip into this whole like other vibe. You know what I mean? It was like constantly vibe changing and perspective changing of me, myself, and my life. And the thing is that before this trip happened, and like since I've been gone, like all I watch is interrogation videos or different crime stuff. I'm like really hooked on that, parole hearings, things like that. So it was like that kind of affected the whole trip because I was like I turned into this like investigator into myself. And so it seemed like maybe 1 minute. And when I came, that's why I did this thumbnail here. Because when I came to kind of back to my body, I did a motherfucking Home Alone. Fucking, that's exactly what I did. Like I went like this, like Home Alone, and I was just like thinking to myself like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, please stop, stop. So it was a scary experience, but I did a fucking Home Alone, like sitting up. I look next to me, the pipe shattered, and I stand up, and everything's still super trippy, and I just wanted it to end. And I was like, is this ever gonna end? I want it to end. And it took about a minute or two, and then I came to, and I was like, I will never fucking do this shit again, people. So that's pretty much what happened. Now, let's pull this up. This person here, they've been doing a lot of different studies with this fairly recently too, where they'll do people will take DMT and then they'll be doing brain scans and things like that. And when you're not on these type of things, it's like the brain is compartmentalized and has these like boundaries, and whatever type of limitations we have in our minds and bodies is like designed from whoever. You know what I mean? That doesn't have our best interest in mind. It's like they put these governors on our minds and different things that we can surpass, but for the most part, it keeps our mind compartmentalized. It prevents different communication from these different zones in our brains. And when you're on DMT or whatever, if you look at brain scans, like you see the fully functioning communication with the entire brain, and it's not compartmentalized, so it's this full communication going on. There's a lot of different studies with it. Now, if it's true that when we die and when we are born, the mind secretes DMT, that kind of makes sense because this whole experience is a DMT trip in a way. You know what I mean? It's a fucking illusion. So, anyways, so yeah, I didn't get much visuals. I felt this quiver the only other time I was giving birth, a feeling that I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure I want to do this. Yeah, that's the exact feeling I got. Immediate dread. But a sense of no turning back. You're here and you got to go through this. That's exactly how it felt. I don't remember my body being around after that. That's something that was very intense. Lona didn't suddenly dematerialize into a swirling space-time void. This intense journey took place entirely within her own mind, induced by an illegal drug that sits on the preface of blah blah blah. DMT is perhaps known as the hallucinogenic compound of ayahuasca. So that's another thing. If people aren't aware of this, like everyone knows what ayahuasca is, right? And a lot of people go through that. This is the same thing. So you're taking that hallucinogenic compound from the mimosa hostilis, and you're basically extracting that compound, and so it's super intense. A brown liquid is clear, but blah blah blah. DMT affects the brain have not been researched much at all. Human trials involving illegal drugs demand a strict ethical and regulatory framework and the express permission of the blah blah blah. They are recording the effects of the drug in new ways, thanks to advancement in brain mapping technology such as functional magnetic resonance imaging. It has been speculated in the past that a lot of psychedelic experience, not only DMT, but also LSD and so on, contain themes of death. That's for sure. If I were to speculate, one possibility may be that the system is reaching such a high level of disorder that the psychological reaction might be, oh my God, I'm dying, Chris explains. She described some sort of disorder as feeling detached from her body and says she quickly found she was experiencing a strange, unfamiliar detachment from her sense of self. My body just didn't seem relevant anymore, and I felt like I arrived in some consciousness soup, which seemed like a different realm to one I ordinarily inhabit, even in dreams. It just seemed like everything was rotating and swirling and spiraling. I didn't seem like there was normal space-time proportions going on. Yeah, definitely you're outside of space and time, and a little motion sickness type of feeling, and it's extremely intense. I don't know. When I don't even smoke much weed anymore. Like if I smoke weed or something, like I get a super intense paranoid feeling. That's just the way it is for me now. I used to smoke weed all the time, so I rarely smoke. I just smoke CBD. Because I don't like when I get high and it gives me super paranoid and I think about things I don't want to think about. This DMT was no different. It was like that times a million, you know? And I really thought I was going to be doing it every day. I thought I was going to be doing it tons of times. Like, I'm going to fucking, I got enough for 50 trips here. I'm going to do this and that. But as soon as I saw someone that I know that he buys, you know, he buys the concentrate pins online from some scientist or something, I gave him all of it. I said, dude, I just made this with good intentions. You can have all of it, dude. I don't want any of it. But if I wanted to, I can make it again. So, see, it was the trips usually last They say 5 minutes, but it seems like much longer. For me, it seemed like 30 seconds, but it was definitely a breakthrough trip. And I don't even know what to say. I definitely wanted to share the experience that I did it on the channel, but I really don't know what else to say about it. You know what I mean? I really don't. But I'm not running to do it again, and I don't suggest people do it. I suggest you be very careful, have somebody with you that you trust, and take it very seriously. So I'm not jumping to go do it again. And after the first time, I was ready to do it again, and I spent another month with it ready to smoke. Like, okay, I'm ready to do it again. I'm ready to do it again. And then after like again another month of doing that, I eventually did do it again, and I felt basically it reminded me of the first trip when I did it the second time, but it wasn't like a breakthrough trip. It was more of it's so hard to describe, people. It's so hard to describe. What's up, Rachel? You need Jesus, man. No, I don't. The archons only let you see what they want in dreams or aware is through mind. Yeah, it was scary. What's up, Benton? So I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about it, people. I really don't. Um, just be careful with the stuff. And I mean, I spent so many years just wanting to try it once. I spent 5 years or maybe 10 years watching trips on YouTube, different people having trips, and just like, wow, this. I can't wait to get the chance to do this. And then the last 2 3 years I was watching videos all the time on people making it and just like trying to learn, like I can never do that. And I finally did it, and I spent a lot of energy and time contemplating this, and I actually did it. So I've tried acid or whatever. I've done it maybe 2 3 times in my life, no joke. I think 3 times. I haven't done it more than 3 times. This is nothing like that, people. This is nothing like shrooms or any of these psychedelics I've ever done, which isn't much for myself. Uh, it's nothing like any of that, people. This is some other shit right here. And there's people that I kind of follow and I check out. They have cool communities, and like they do this shit every day for many years. This is like they're just like all about DMT, and I don't know, people. Maybe sometime in the future, if I'm feel comfortable with somebody and we want to try it together or something, possibly I'll do it again. But I don't know. I'm not in a rush to do it again at all. It's a very serious thing. So I just don't. Some people make it all cool and like the gestures. They make it this cool thing. You know what I mean? But after doing it, it's nothing like that. You know. So that's I'm not, again. I'm not gonna have the typical experience with these type of things. Even when we die, we're all gonna have an experience, a setting before us based on our data. I'm not gonna have the typical setting. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be able to put my family members there. They're not gonna be able to put a fake god there, or any of this stuff, they're gonna have to come with something out of the box. Same thing with the DMT experience. They're not gonna be able to put these gestures there and cool shapes and all this, and it's so glorious and like, oh, cool, this is cool. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to come with something like a big mind fuck type of thing. You know? So that's it makes sense that I would have this type of DMT experience. I want to get the typical gestures, light show, shapes, this and that, you know, that type of stuff. So it made sense. And again, it was more of a perspective thing. One thing that if I have any type of talent or gift that I would say the most is my um, sense of empathy and understanding. You know, it's like in any situation, people, places, and things, I take multiple perspectives. I don't just sit in my perspective on everything. You know what I mean? And like this is my perspective. This is where I I step out of myself and I look at things from all these different angles and all these different perspectives of everything at all times. You know what I mean? So that was definitely intensified big time. And I had that type of experience where I was looking at myself. Even when I woke up and I stood up and I wanted like, I was like, what the fuck? And I started stumbling and everything was tripping me out. I was looking at myself like I was some investigator and I was like seeing myself in all these different ways. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess since the experience, I was in a kind of a depressive state when I've been gone at some point, and things kind of turned around after that point. So maybe it helped me. I don't know. I don't know. But at least I've been thinking about. At least I got it done. I did it. That experience is done. Now it's time to move on. You know what I mean? And if anybody, one thing with me is that I see people that do DMT, they're telling everybody to do it. Everyone needs to do it. It's going to change your life. It's going to fix this and that. Your life will change forever after that. I don't really have that perspective. I don't think so. So I don't know. That's not what I got from it. What's up? Call for zero. Yeah. What's up? What's up, bro? So my friend once told me about DMT and told me to never try it ever. He truly believed I wouldn't be able to handle it. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. And a lot of people that love DMT and stuff, they're gonna see this and they're gonna be disappointed, maybe or whatever. But hey, this is my experience, and I don't know. There's, I don't know. Used to eat acid and Tic Tacs back in the late 90s. However, now that I'm older, the trip is a little more hectic, so I kind of avoid until a special occasion. Same thing for me. Much love, Gretchen. Creek Mary. Yeah. Again, I might never do it again, people. And I don't suggest people do it. But the experience is done, so I have more headspace now moving forward in my life to experience things and like you want to try different things and you do a lot of research and you see other people's experiences like now that I got that out of the way, I can move forward and again I might probably won't do it again. So we got a lot of plans though. We still have to cover the parasite topic. The computer's working great and we have a lot to go over, people. I've been doing again. I've been doing such extensive research into this parasite thing and these different mental disorders, different people, these different. It's kind of hard to explain, but I've been making a connection with a lot of things with the parasites, and it's some deep, very profound research that I have. And so the last time we were streaming, I was getting into it, but there was a lot going on, and then the internet was all buffering and stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of start over. So hopefully in the coming days, I'm off the next 2 days, so hopefully we can get back into the parasite thing. And it's some very serious shit. This is the key to a lot of things. Like this is the agents of the matrix is the parasites. This is the one of the biggest tools to make us have regret and to keep us cycling. These are the agents of the matrix, people. Okay, that's the conclusion I came to with these parasites. This shit is no fucking joke. So it's the most important topic. I can't see. I mean, I was kind of catching up with some people, just a few people, because I've not watched any of these channels. And I was like seeing what's going on. I mean, it's just the same conversations, same stuff, same boring shit going on, same topics. It's just I don't know, it's kind of lame. So I want to get back into the YouTube and start covering this serious shit and really dig deep on the parasites again. I have so much stuff, and we're gonna be getting into it. So we're kind of okay. We got all that done. I watched that. So we're kind of done with the DMT trip, people. Sorry if it disappointed people. I don't know what else to say, but I definitely want to share. And it's still coming back to me, kind of the experience of what happened. But again, it was more of a mind thing that you can't put into words. So all the people that come online and say all these stuff and like have all these words to say to describe their trip, I don't know. For me, it's unexplainable. So, anyways, yeah, the Parasite thing, I watched that entire thing. The day it came out, I was waiting on that series to come out, and it was some deep shit. And there's a lot of truth in that. That's basically a documentary in a way. That Parasite thing on Netflix, and people can't handle it. I mean, I tell people, I hear different people talk about different things. Maybe their kids going through or different conversations with people, and I'll approach them sometimes and I'll say, "Hey, I heard you're talking about, this kind of acne or a type of schizophrenia or MS, whatever it might be that I know is a parasitic infection." And I'll go to them and say, "Hey, this is a medical advice, and do your own research. But upon my research, what your child's dealing with or your sister's dealing with is a parasitic infection." And I'll kind of lead them that direction. I mean, people can't handle the topic. It's like this immediate rejection. You know what I mean? And they go back to the same silly doctors that have been giving us the same bullshit, and they have no experience, and they're purposely not taught about this, giving them the same creams or bullshit to mask these symptoms going on. You know what I mean? But it's all parasitic infections. All right. And again, so getting deep into this crime stuff and interrogation videos and these different people that's like, this woman's a lawyer and she has her own law firm. And then one day, all of a sudden, she just starts killing people. You know what I mean? I mean, people just like this one 16-year-old kid just all of a sudden just kills his whole family. You know what I mean? And like watching these stories and the interrogation videos of these people and like watching and like people, this is a deep parasitic infection. And they're ready there. They're all there waiting for us to give it an inch, It's going to take that inch until it takes over your neural network, puts those thoughts in your head. You know what I mean? Those thoughts that people get that you don't want to have. You know what I mean? People act on those sometimes. Where are those thoughts coming from? Ask yourself that. These streams of thoughts. Well, I figured out where it's coming from. You know what I mean? The agents of the matrix, the parasites, people. And they're operating the physical, mental, and spiritual. And we're not letting the topic go. This is the number one true topic that we can discuss. All right? My bad, I'm muted. I'm gonna end the stream though. Click the bell, get notifications, because we're gonna pick up the ground running with these parasites. We got a lot to discuss with it, and a lot of interesting things. So everybody, I miss everyone. I can't wait to get back into these topics, get things going again. So everybody, much love. Great to see everybody. Thanks everybody for the support and everything, all the kind words, all the comments. I got to go through all the comments on the channel, so I'll be doing that as much as I can. But much love. And if I disappointed people with my DMT experience, well, this was my experience. You know what I mean? And so there you go. Now it's time to move on to bigger and better things. You know what I mean? Much love, everybody.